Welcome to another episode of Creative Mind on FluxITV, the show where business meets with creativity. We bring to you in-depth conversation with remarkable individuals in their industry. My name is Heritage Oyedepo, and I bring to you a guest who has stitched her name in the Nigerian fashion industry. It's no other person but Dr. Tinu Smith. Good day, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Hi.
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So a quick one, let me go through your profile. Dr. Tinu Smith, a multiple award-winning Nigerian fashion designer and the powerhouse behind the Tina Design Fashion House and Fashion School. With over 30 years in the fashion industry, she runs thriving retail outlets in Ibadan and Lagos, home to her clothing brands, the Tina Design and Tinu Smith. She is not just a designer, she is an educator, mentor, and visionary. Dr. Tinu is a proud alumna of Cornell University's Women's Entrepreneurship Program and a Goldman Sachs Scholar at Pan Atlantic University's Lagos Business School. She also holds an MBA from the International School of Management in Lagos. Her work goes beyond fashion. She empowered over 10,000 women through vocational training, and she's a passionate advocate for financial and digital inclusion through initiatives like She Grows Africa and She Tech Alliance Africa. She's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Corporate Mentoring, a UN Affiliate Ambassador for Girls and Women, and the founder of that core business coaching academy and Treasures Refuge Foundation. A respected, thoughtful leader, wife, and mother of two, Dr. Tinu Smith is here to pour decades of wisdom into today's conversation.
Thank you.
Let me give you your flowers.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a whole lot. It's quite impressive. People should check you on LinkedIn, on Instagram. They will say a whole lot of things you've been doing, and women championing, taking that front to like, we can. What a man can do, a woman can do better. So a quick one. Can you take me through your background? What has it been like growing up?
Okay, so I grew up in a house where we have 5 girls. We grew up together, and amazingly, most of them are also entrepreneurs like me. Okay. So my mom was a guru when it comes to entrepreneurship. Yes, we watched her start different businesses. She was she was in real estate. She did transportation, different things. So there's no way somebody like that can, give birth to you and you're watching her, making moves and doing all of that. You will now grow up and now be ordinary. It's not possible. So I wish that helped us to be grow up to be extraordinary women. So I grew up with 5 girls, and I went to secondary school like everybody, university like everybody. But I graduated, I wanted to do what you are doing. I wanted to be in front of the camera. I wanted to be an interviewer, cast nails and all that. But eventually when I was doing my service here, I now discovered that I wanted to learn a trade. Okay. So I said okay, because my mom actually was a fashion designer, apart from other things she did. But I never knew I was going to go in that direction. I didn't want to follow that path. I wanted to be a newscaster or worked with newspaper, magazine or whatever. But during my service here, I just started to pick up a trade, which was funny enough. I didn't like it when my mom was doing it, but I felt okay, let me just take up this trade and learn it. Because funny enough, in the big queue of the person that was leaving when I was serving she was a fashion designer. So I think that was what took me in that direction, and I learned the trade. And by the time I was finishing, I just made up my mind that what, I don't think white collar jobs are for me. This is what I want to do. I fell in love with it tremendously, and I don't think I've done anything. Immediately I finished service, that was what I started doing, and this is me after 30 years still on this same industry.
I must ask, what's the strategy behind that in our fashion for 30 years? Yes. That's 3 decades. What's the strategy that
So I think one of the things that helps you is that you have to know, find your purpose. Okay. That's it. Find why, that understanding your why is very important in life. It's not that I want to do this because everybody is doing it or because I just found myself in it. You must love what you do tremendously. You must be passionate about what you do. So the passion, understanding your why. Why am I here? What has God created me to come and do here? So it's like I found my calling. So in it, I've been able to also empower other women, train them also to do the same thing, and teach them how they can find their own why, which brings me a lot of passion. So that passion, I did a LinkedIn write up this week, and I said, is there anything I would do that even if they don't pay me, that I don't have a paycheck, it will be fashion. I'll still do it even if I'm not paid for it. So it's like I found who I am, I understand my journey, and gives me a huge sense of worth being able to use it as a tool to also mend other people, make other people find their own purpose also. So I think it is. And I enjoy everything God has made, and it inspires me. People, God, nature, figure, objects, everything inspires me. So when I see something, I see designs from everything I see. It inspires me to create something that will make every moment beautiful. And I think I've evolved a little into menswear too. So men are being beautiful. So that's it.
What brought the name Datina?
Okay. It's a Latino name, and it means very important personality. So while I was searching for names, it came up, and I said, okay, this sounds like it resonates with me. And I said, okay, I think this gives me the idea of the type of people I want to serve. So I chose that name, and and it's stuck, and we've been on it for years. And we are actually dressing up very important personality, not necessarily big names and all that, but our own brand is more focused on how people, not the low end, mid-market, we can make them look beautiful, exceptional, classy, and still, maintain a good pocket. They don't have to spend, exorbitantly to buy our pieces and all. So, yeah, but we just want something affordable but luxury. So we call it affordable luxury. Yes.
Affordable. Yes. You have a rich background in terms of education. You've actually gone to Cornell University and quite a number. How has this education shaped your entrepreneurship journey?
Okay, so I always tell people that you want to become anything in this life, you have to have the learning culture. You must always learn. Be reading at every point in time. If I into my 80s, I think I'll still be reading, learning, because it has really empowered me. It empowers your mind and helps you to, even if you have not traveled out of where you are, if you stay in the village and you are reading, it will take you all over the world. You can read and be all over places you've never been to. Through reading, you can be there. So like learning empowers your mind. The more you learn, the more your mind is expanded. Learning expands the mind. It helps you to see the capacity of what you can do, who you can be, and what you can, the change you can actually make in your, society, your community, and, even outside of your country, what you can be, who you can be. I know how many lives I've touched, because every time I read, it makes me to see things that we would ordinarily not see. Help me to, removes, exposes me, helps me to see. That's the cycle. You learn, you unlearn, and you relearn. That's the cycle. So as you keep doing that, you yourself cannot be ordinary. You'll be evolving. So as you are evolving, everything around you cannot stay the same, because I always tell people that you are the biggest asset in your business, and you can't grow anything bigger than what you know. Unfortunately, there's not. If you want to say I want to be a big business, but if you yourself, you are not learning, you are not growing, you are not improving. In a year, I do like 16 courses. I take like 16. I've just finished. I'm a product manager. I just finished a training on product management, and I'm going to use it to enter the fashion industry and help all these small businesses that are just coming up, to help them to look at their products. What are they bringing in? What can I do? So you have to. And I started with fashion, but I'm going into tech. So you can't just stay ordinary. If you do that, you just be one sport forever. You'll be marking time. I'm telling you. But your industry, that's what makes you. You become a voice, because you are learning, you are evolving. You will not be a voice. You'll be the voice people are looking up to, because you have something to say. When you open your mouth, something that makes sense comes out of it. But if you don't load yourself, if you open your mouth, nothing is going to come out. They ask you, you won't be able to answer. So you need to. I'm passionate about learning, and I teach everybody around me. You have to read. You have to do courses. You have to learn. You cannot say, hey, I'm frying plantain, and you're not learning. You can be doing anything and be learning, and be barbing hair and be learning. You will be a different barber. I'm telling you, you will not be ordinary barber. Something will be different about you. So that's why I tell people that whatever it is you are doing, make sure you find time to grow yourself. It might be in your same industry. Some people might not go to tech as I have. They can stay within the fashion industry and say, I just want to grow myself in the fashion. What is happening in our industry? What are the new things coming up? The way technology is changing everything. What can we? So if that is where you want to apply yourself in your industry. Just make sure that when they are mentioning them in that industry, you must mention, because that's the only way. But if you are not doing anything, you are not improving, you will be following us. We will be leading the market. You'll be following us, because the people that know, they say follow those who know road. So if you know road, people will follow you.
Road now.
Yes, so that's how it is.
Interesting. You've actually empowered over 10,000 women. Is there a story to it for you empowering women?
Yes, I'm very passionate about it, because I see a lot of women. I like I said, my mom, is like almost, I watched my parents were together, but unfortunately their marriage did not, last long. They had to go their separate ways. So she raised us as a single mother. So, and I saw how much she struggled to raise 5 girls. It was not easy, but we all turned out well, because of the values she instilled in us. So that seeing what she went through gave me that passion every time. And I know what I went through as a single lady. somebody that was, you know, have to make ends meet, struggle to go through school, pay school fees, do this. So I know that some girls that are also going through that. Unfortunately for me, somehow I just meet girls that come from broken home, or they have parents that cannot send them to school. There was a time in my house, I think I have 16 girls living in my, it was like a hostel, because they don't have parents that will take care of them, that will help them through school. So every time I see that, it's like it grabs my heart that, this one cannot miss it. I see some of them that have been in brothels, and we have to talk to them, get them out of brothel, get them back into school. Or, you know, some of them can't read and write. So we teach them how to use fashion to improve. If they don't tell you that they've ever been in brothel, you will never know they've been there. So that's the power of change. You can be catalyst for change. So that's what pushes me up to today. I see anybody that doesn't have, I run a fashion school, but I use it as a tool to mend lives. When I see that you cannot afford to pay my fee, okay, let's help you. So you are one of those people I'm going to invest in to make sure that when you finish, you can never forget. You tell your story, you can't forget us, we can't forget me. So that's just it. So that's what moves me. That's what pushes me to, empower. And it's not only in fashion. Some of them, it could be training, business. I'm very passionate about, you know, helping young ones that are coming up with their business. Because we have a lot of entrepreneurs now. Everybody, you know, there's no white collar job out there. Somebody's starting one business or the other. Maybe they are baking, they are sewing, they are, you know, doing shoemaking, they are doing necklaces, they are making hats and all that. So, but how do they learn how to run the business? I've been in my business for 30, and I don't want to see them 10 years in that 30. I know about my high, so I was just going in circles, and I didn't know how to capture money, to manage people. I didn't know until I went to that Lagos business where I learned, oh, really? So there's a way to actually do business. So it is, the onus is on me not to watch them make the same mistake. They should not on my watch make that same mistake. So I'm passionate about that. They know me. Startup, you must. If you want to learn, I will teach you everything I know about how you can structure your business, how you can start from the scratch and make it better, so that you can build. But once the foundation is bad, you can't build anything on it. So but when you have good foundation, you're able to put blocks and blocks, and before you know, you won't struggle so much. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel. What I have gone through, why would they now be making the same mistake when I'm here? So that's why I have that huge number that you see. So it's not only in fashion, it could be business, it could be even in family, it could be marriage, it could be anything. That whatever God can use me to help them to find, I do it. So
nice, interesting. For a business startup, how do I manage my money to grow my business?
Okay, so I'm going to start with, because that was my major problem when I was, you know, my major problem with my business. If you ask me, money was coming in, but if you ask me like, how much did I make this month? I cannot tell you. How much did I make? Most business people, when you ask them, oh, what's your turnover for last year, and you know this year, what was your turnover for 2024? They won't be able to tell you, because there's no record. They don't have any record. If you ask them that, where do you put what you make? How do you know how much you are paid? Or their money is going to personal account. There's no corporate account where you can say, oh, this is so and so enterprise. This is the account. They don't have any. So once you are like that, there's no way you have problem with finances. So I learned that you have to learn financial literacy. You have to learn. So those are part of the trainings you take. I took trainings every year. To correct that, I took several trainings in financial management. How do I manage money? How do I take records? What do I need to do to take my records? There are apps now that you can use to, you know, that technology is also helping us to be able to have apps you can put there, use for invoices, use for this, capture your expenses and expenditure and all that. We have them now. And then you can do manual. I have both, so that if the app crashes, I still have my manual to go back to. So those are things. Knowledge is power. When you don't know it, you don't know it. There's nothing you can do about it. So to be able to do it well, our advice that they will have to go for financial literacy, learn a little bit about money. What do I need to do? What are the things structures that you put in place when it comes to finances? Opening a bank account for my business, not personal. You cannot be mixing the two. How much did the company make? Then out of that, pay yourself a salary. If it's only 20K, your business can pay you a month for now that can collect the 20K, and now you are going to manage yourself. So if you know your business can also pay you 500,000, collect it, but don't crash the business. So the main thing is for you to learn financial literacy. There are courses online. Go to Udemy, Coursera, there are courses there. You can even go there and go and take free courses on financial management. So because knowledge is power. When you know it, then you apply it. True. And the change, you will see the change. All
right, let's talk about She Grow Africa and She Tech Alliance. What led to their creation, and how do they differ in their approach to women's development?
Okay, so She Grows Africa is focused on financial literacy. We are talking about money anyway. So it started all during COVID. You know, COVID, everybody was at home, businesses were shutting down, everybody. So I had a lot of women around me that were complaining, we don't have money, we don't have money. I said, okay. It's like my eyes just opened to it that we are all women now. And this is COVID. We can't work as much as we were working when there was no, we were not in COVID season. Okay, what can we do? So it just came to my mind that let's come together as a group and start raising money together. That if this ajo that we do, we started like that. Okay, how much can you do? 20,000. I put them together as a group. How much can you do? 10K, 100K, 500. So up to 1 million. We had groups like that. Women, so 10 women can raise. If they do 1 million, they can raise 10 million. So this month somebody will take the 10 million. Second month somebody will take, and we've done it for 3 years now. Yes, people, and we keep, somebody that started with 20K now is doing 100K, 10K is doing 200K, 150. So the growth is there. So that's what battered. So we actually evolved into a cooperative after that. After the COVID, we now registered the proper cooperative. So we have those who do the normal ajo, and we have the people that also put money in the cooperative. So that if you need to borrow, if you have put money there maybe like 3 times and you need to borrow, we can give you double of what you have put there. And then you go and do what you want to do and you return it. You just put little interest on it. So that was what battered. And so we do capacity building training. We teach women how to manage their money. This is how much you have. This is how you can multiply it, how you can budget, how you can save it. So it's more of like financial literacy stuff. That's what we do. So we help them to raise money, keep money, and also how to manage their finances. That's what She Grows Africa is about. That's She Tech Alliance. We know that tech has taken over everything. So a lot of women run away from tech because it looks like, oh, it's sort of difficult, but AI has changed the face of everything. You just be left behind. So we teach women how to use technology to affect everything they do, their businesses, their personal life, everything they want to do. You want to write a book, you want to do this, you can use AI to change the face of your business and other things. We teach them, Canva, how to use Canva, that you don't have to go and get the graphic artist. You can actually do something small for your business. It's not everything you'll be paying for all the time. Teach them graphic, teach them about personal branding, corporate branding, all that thing. So we teach under She Tech Alliance. So it's like capacity building in the area of tech, and the other one is for finances. So we are raising all-rounded women. Yes.
That's impressive. You're also the convener of Southwest Fashion Summit. What was your original vision and how has it grown over the years?
Okay, Southwest is for fashion. It's majorly for fashion, and it's for, like I said, I've been blessed, I must tell you, because I know I've been supported severally by the federal government, I've gotten grants, different grants. Every time I always get grants for what I do. So my own way of giving back, when somebody is giving to me, I also should be able to pour out. So that is, I focus on startup businesses in fashion that are just starting. So we use that to teach them everything, how fashion tech affects fashion, sustainability in fashion. We teach everything. We teach everything about fashion. Then maybe you want to launch a ready-to-wear line. 2 years ago, our focus on our event was how to start a ready-to-wear line. So everybody that is interested came for it. We bring big shots from Lagos to come and talk to them about how they can build fashion businesses, how they can raise amazing people, and then we bring people in business generally, how you can structure a business, how you can. So it's more of focused on fashion people. That's what Southwest Fashion Summit is all about.
You wear many hats.
Yes, I do. And I enjoy doing it. Everybody always asks me, how do you do this? I don't know. I just do it. I think God just wired me that way. So, and I enjoy what I do tremendously.
You're a designer, a mentor, coach, thought leader. Yes. How do you stay grounded and manage all of this? Is it that you fit into one role at the point in time and you fit into another, or how do you multitask it all?
Okay, so one, I will start from my spouse. I have a very good, she's here with me, so he's very supportive. He's very busy too, he's an engineer, but we just get one another. So we fall into roles. If he's not there, he helps. If I'm not available, he helps me. If he's not there, so we just like you're walking one leg before the other, we just fall into one another's role. And then he's very supportive. If I'm not able to do anything, he's there to help me, to support me. So I also built I call them supporting system. You need to have them. People that you can say, okay, stay here for me, do this for me. People that you can trust with what you are doing. I have a lot of them. Other women in my life that are making things possible, because nobody is an island. People make things happen. So I have people in all those areas I mentioned that are supportive. They believe in the vision. They give their time, their finances, their resources to make sure this happens. So, and apart from that, I also believe that things should be put on scale of preference. You're not God. You cannot do everything at the same time. So every time you want to do anything, look at what is most important out of all the things that you have to do. That if I don't do this, everything is going to crash. That is what you should focus on. So you put things on scale of preference that every other, this one can wait. But this one, if I don't do it right now, it's like that's what every other thing is standing on. So if it's family at this time, I'll focus on family and leave every other thing. So if it is business at this time, I have to attend to a customer. I know that if I don't, it will crash everything. I focus on the customer at that time. So you can't be everywhere at the same time. We are not God. So you take one step at a time. I take what is most important at every point to focus on. Yeah, that's how I do it.
I go on point. Scale of preference.
Yes.
And also have a community
that supports you. Yes.
Makes a lot of sense for me. I think I'll start imbibing that.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, through that core business coaching academy, what's the biggest mindset shift you teach startup founders to embrace?
They should improve themselves. They are the greatest asset in their business. So they should invest in themselves. Yes, when you invest in yourself, every other thing around you also grows and evolves.
What if I don't have the funds?
You don't need funds. I just told you there's Coursera, there's Udemy, there's
that they are free.
Alice. There are plenty online.
So
and then there is even courses online. If you'll be surprised if you open your Google today, if you're somebody that is very, you're very passionate about learning, the algorithm, what you call it, we bring in it.
True.
We'll be bringing, because once everything you always search for is you'll be seeing a lot. If it's grants you are looking for, you'll be seeing before you open your Google. Once you open it like this, a lot of grants opportunities will be coming. So if it is learning, you are also always searching for courses to do. It will just be bringing it a lot free courses that paid for. They've been paid for by other companies or organizations, and there you just take it. This project management I did was it was free. It was free. It was 4 months, and for 4 months they took us, but we paid for the certificate. When the 4 weeks they took us to the next level, that those who want to move from where and go deeper should. I joined again because I want to I want to get to the root of it. Yes, so that I also might be able to teach somebody something someday about it. So it's very important. So I would say the biggest thing I would teach is always see yourself as the biggest asset in your whatever it is you do, and pour into yourself, invest in yourself.
Yourself. That's really necessary.
And you can't, once you do that, you cannot remain the same. You won't be ordinary. I can bet you that you cannot, because the more you put in, the more you'll be able to pour out. Input is your output. What you put in is what. When there's, you can't pour from any cup. If this cup is empty, you cannot pour anything from it. So, but if there's something inside, you need water, you open it. Oh, there's water. But if you don't fill up yourself, there's nothing. You just be empty. When they ask you a question, you can't answer. You don't know anything about anything. And I always tell people, try and know little things about everything. It doesn't have to be that you're a master in it. But when they're talking, you can intelligently contribute to a conversation. It's very important.
Tell me a story about, there was a point in time whereby you felt like, I am so proud to be Dr. Tinu Smith, whereby there was this moment you're so happy for all that you've achieved and all that you've actually done through people.
In 2022, I was the Oyo State Woman of the Year.
All right.
I won. There were other women also that were put up for. In fact, when they put me, I called the person that was in charge. I said, "Did I offend you?" Because I was seeing some big women there. I said, what's her name was there? Ajimobi's wife was there. Okay. And other big women. When I called the person, I said, "Please, what have I done for you? Why would you put me with just these big women? Please." He said, he was just laughing. He said, "You were nominated. There are people nominated you now, and your name kept popping up. So we put you." I said, "Okay. So why are you thinking that you know win?" I said, with all these women that you people have put there. I said, "No." It was a joke. It was a joke for me. But alas. You're there truly. I won. I was surprised. So I was crowned that year as the 2022 Man of the Year for your state. And it was a big one for me. And I'm grateful for the spotlight. It was really good.
I think you have something on your DP also.
Yes.
The 100
Yes,
women.
I always have different ones of that. Yes. I have awards.
Top 100 women and influential
I'm happy with the awards too.
Yeah.
International ones, local ones. When you come to my house, there are plenty. And I'm happy when I look at it. It shows me I've worked hard. I'm happy I'm able to. And it empowers other women too. When they walk into my office and they say, this much award. I say, yeah. It tells you that you cannot fall short of this. I'm telling you, this is the standard, so you go higher than that. So that's it.
Fashion and entrepreneurship, they are no without storms. There will always be challenges. Plenty. What's that challenges you had, and how were you able to face it?
I've been bankrupt before. That I don't have any money.
Ow!
I've been bankrupt before.
At what point in time? What year?
In those years, I was saying 10 years into the business. Oh my! I've been zero. That there was nothing. So learning how to manage the business is a big deal, and that was where I learned that. I think this is not just ordinary going to open shop, and I know I have a skill and just want to open a shop. I see a lot of people still do it. They just go and learn fashion and then open shop. They and learn how to bake. No, you have to learn the business side of your skill. So. And I've been there. Was really rough. And even into the business, there was a time I launched my first time I launched my ready to wear line. I took a store, like a mall. That was where I took. But the the sales was not matching up with the what we were spending. The expenditure was, you know, more than the income. So eventually I struggled a lot to close that. I had to close down that business. I mean, that should be like, was it before COVID? That should be before COVID. So I had to close down that business. It was hard. 1 year into that business, I already knew that I need to, but I couldn't just let go. I said, I've spent so much to pay for this more, to do this, to do that. I couldn't. But I struggled. But eventually I said, well, nothing will happen. You know, you'll be afraid of what will people say. Or you'll be thinking of all that things. But eventually I closed the place down. And I went back to my drawing board. Say, okay, how can we do this better and differently? And, you know, I was able to. So don't be afraid. If whoever is watching us, don't be afraid to close the business. If it's not bringing what you want, shut it and breathe. And then think about, how can I, you know, go back to drawing board. How can I evolve with this business? And we did. And we're able to. Now we're in Lagos. We opened Lagos. So God is helping us. And I've been able to do exhibitions outside of Nigeria and different places. So because you're going through a challenge does not mean that's the end. It's part of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Any challenge is our learning curve. We are learning to do it better. We are learning to improve on what we do. Every challenge is teaching you something. So when you learn from that challenge and you've jumped that hurdle, you look back and say, okay, at least I didn't die. I'm still here.
Yeah. Let's go
You'll be
again.
fine. Yes, that's it.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
What are 3 principles that have guided your life and business no matter the season?
Yeah, integrity. That is number 1. I always want to be sure that, you know, I give out the best. I'm not, you know, cutting corners. I'm not, you know, cheating people. Very important, integrity. And the next one will be authenticity. You have to be true to yourself. True to yourself. Don't do anything because you want to impress anybody. Don't do anything because you just want to make people feel good about you. Be you. They might not like you the way you are. Anybody, I don't give a damn. You might not like me the way I am, but I love myself and I want to, you know, to see the true me. So be true to yourself. That's the word. Just be true to yourself and respect everybody. Everybody you see along your way, be humble to people. Humility is important. Don't ride on people. Don't cry because you don't know that same path you've taken. That person, you don't know where you find that person tomorrow. It might be the same person that you have, you know, treated badly that will open doors for you tomorrow. So be respectful and be humble. Those are the principles that guides
we don't burn bridges.
Yes, don't. Yes, thank you very
don't
much.
Burn bridges. Okay, I often like to ask my guests this: passion or money? What should I go for?
Both is important, but you know, your passion will lead you to money.
What if it's not leading me to money?
It will lead you. It will lead you. If you do it right, it will lead you. Passion is not money, definitely. That we have people that have passion that do not have money. But if you understand your passion well, there are 3 things that you will do without your passion. You have to impact people. When you impact people, you are solving problem for people. You are passionate about something. So anything you are passionate about, make sure that you are not just passionate, you are just jumping all over the place. But it is impacting people. Money is inside people. Problem is inside people. When you are solving problem for people, it will lead you to money. That's it. But so passion is what you wake up with and say, because the passion keeps you in what you are doing. There are challenges in it because you are deeply passionate about you. It keeps you there. I've been there before. A lot of times but people always say, have you ever thought of giving up? I said no. Not to the point that I say I don't want to do this again. That never. But I know that I'm going through something, that this is hard. No. But my passion, because I love what I do, I wake up, it gives me, I'm happy doing it. That's why when you're doing something, don't just do it for money. Do it because you love what you do. You love to give back to people. Every side of business you do, there is an impact side of it. You must impact people with what you do. Sit down and find the side of it that you can use to impact lives. As long as you are touching people's lives and you are solving somebody's problem, money will come. Money will come. Even if you don't know initially how to turn it to money, eventually you will get it by also learning, training, doing all that. You learn, okay, how can I combat this passion to get to where I will get money? So my own is that passion is the first thing. If you look for money, if your money is your driving force for doing something, the day money doesn't show, you will close it. That's why you see at the end of the day, they will close it. But I can't close my own because it's passion. I love what I do. So even if they don't pay me, I will still do it. That you have to get to that point. What is it that you will do that even if they don't pay you, still do it? That tells you this is me, this is my path. But if it is money that is driving you, it's good money to drive you. But if money doesn't come out of it, you will drop it. You drop that ball. You will not be able to do it. Yeah. So remember that passion will lead you to money. When you do it the right way, impact people, touch lives, and help people solve problems.
the last question.
Okay.
If you could speak to a room full of young African women with dreams in their hearts, what would be your final message to them today?
It is our time. Female is the future, and we are here now. Opportunities are abounding. Take charge, take your place, and take your bit out of what we have been presented with. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
time. I really enjoyed this short conversation we had. It's been an
Thank you.
incredible one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. What an incredible conversation with the trailblazer, Dr. Tinu Smith. I'm sure you've been able to pick one thing or the other. She has actually told us that it's not just about building a brand, but building a community of people to support you, and also building yourself as a brand, because you are your selling point. Until next time, my name is Heritage Oyedepo. Stay tuned on FluxITV.